If you like talking,
Women.
Ladies,
men,
topic,
Conversations.
and occasional uninformed politics,
multiple talking women is for you.
Hit it!
Welcome to another episode of Multiple Talking Women. I'm one of your hosts, Felicity Bramblebush.
And I'm the other host, Lana Brown.
Hey there, I'm the producer.
Excuse me?
Producer, Paula Gherkin.
You're nervous today, I know why. Because sitting next to you is a very beautiful woman.
That's true.
A talented woman.
I know.
A woman of many hats.
It's true.
Many hats.
Yes.
It's the kind of woman I relate to. And
It's true.
And the kind of woman I want to be.
I'm glad you
Wow.
admitted that.
You're on edge. And her name is
Stephanie
Allen.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thrilled to be here.
Really?
I am.
I felt like I heard a little something.
No, I always say people say to me, how are you doing? I go, great. And they're like, really?
Oh.
But I really am thrilled to be here.
Well, I'm really
Thrilled to be here.
You have the ability to relax your face, and I get criticized because my face is all over the place. They say I have a face for the kind of acting that you need to be in like a 1,000-seat theater for.
You know what I've
You
always
have a
said
natural
about
face.
Stephanie Allen, because I've followed her, for a long time, is that she has like an old-fashioned Christmas card face.
Oh, wow.
Like she'd be like in like a
Classic.
horse-drawn carriage
Sure.
on a snowy,
Wearing
village.
a furry muff.
A furry muff. Season's greetings. That face.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have a holiday card planned for the year yet?
Yeah,
'Cause
I know.
maybe
I
now
should
you've
do,
got one.
do one of those.
That sounds great.
Well, I
Rosy
saw,
cheeks.
It's a classic beauty. That's all I'm saying.
I saw a photograph of Stephanie from the Creative Arts Emmys. And I actually screenshotted it because the cosmetics and the skins were so luminous and gorgeous. And that's my platform,
Oh, yeah.
skins and creams, that I was like, if I'm ever in a position ever in my life to ever have to do something to look put together, like pretty good,
like go to an award show.
go to
or
an
something.
award show, I'd have to show the picture and say, this is what I want to look like. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Do you have people come
Real
do that?
achievement.
Or
Yeah,
do you-
my friend Stephanie Daniel is a makeup artist. She's
Oh.
amazing. And she's skins and creams and what?
Creams and lotions and
Creams and-
oils and salves and
Right.
ointments and
Yeah.
it was
Serums.
a beautiful look, but you don't look that much different
no.
today
That's
wearing
why
a
it's so good.
toddler's onesie, which she admitted to me she
Yes,
was wearing
this is a
underneath
onesie.
her
It's
jeans.
all one piece.
Yeah.
Really? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's a California girl.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
From California?
Yep.
What part?
Born in Arcadia, which is out by Pasadena.
Yeah, not that far.
Lived in Claremont, California. Furthest you can go east in LA County.
Mm.
Both
Fun
of my parents are from
facts.
LA.
Okay.
Then moved around a bunch.
Weren't you because you also maybe lived in Connecticut?
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh, where'd you
Rhode
get that from?
That was a stint
let me-
on the East
here.
Coast.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, some people say to me, why is the producer so involved? You know, the producer's usually not right there with everybody. It's for stuff like this because I say you have to do research.
Oh,
You're
yeah, that's
supposed to
nice.
look things up, but they don't always do it.
I'm sorry.
So then they're
Oh, no.
throwing out.
Element of surprise.
I was
Then
you
they're
see
throwing out
such, like
states.
such a woman of the world. I was sure there was a little stint on the East Coast.
Buffalo, New York.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wasn't wrong. I was
Wow.
But
so
not
Well,
wrong.
yes,
wrong.
you
I was
actually were
wrong. But
yeah,
you know.
actually you were. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So you're a California girl. Is that part of why you said, well, easy transition? I should be working in Hollywood, or how did you want to do that?
I lived here until I was 6, then moved to Buffalo, was there until I was 12, then moved to Temecula, California, which is not at all LA. Went to Christian high school
Oh.
Oh, I
and
like
then
that.
went back to Buffalo and then came back.
That's
To
quite a
LA.
journey.
Wait,
Yeah.
what the hell were your parents up to?
I know.
What were they doing?
And they moved just because they wanted to.
Not for work.
The first time it happened when we went to Buffalo, well, my dad had worked on the Challenger.
Oh.
Didn't end well.
For a second, I went,
Oh.
like that's exciting, and then I went,
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
Wasn't his fault, but the company did go under. And
Sure.
then we moved to Buffalo.
And that's
because-
just a tough thing to have on the resume, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And oddly, Cher's mom worked there as well. She was the
Oh.
receptionist.
Oh wow.
Isn't that insane?
How is Cher's
God
mom still
is-
working at all? I'm interested
Yeah.
in that. Let's get her on the
Hey,
show.
they have good genes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Comedians.
All right. So
anyways,
that's
that
the
got
first
got
time
real
you-
long-winded.
No,
yeah,
no,
that's how we
fascinating.
moved to Buffalo and I don't even remember why, but there was some company that he does like did high temperature textiles,
Oh yeah,
Sure.
which
high temperature,
High temperature
space.
textiles.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the sun.
That's like hyper colors. No?
What?
There's a material and you breathe hot air, hot air touches it, it turns colors. Is it this
Oh.
technology?
no, it's
Oh.
like
talking about rockets.
yeah.
Oh.
Literal rocket scientist.
Yes.
He probably was.
Well, no, he did like the material of like a Boeing airplane or
Okay.
like
Wow.
it's so
Wow.
weird. And then moved there, that fell apart, and then we moved back, and then we moved back, and then that was all for because I think they had that gene to move.
Yeah. Like
Mhm.
change it. Let's change it up.
Yeah.
Do you have any of that in you?
Yes.
You do.
Mhm.
Fully.
Do you? So, because a lot of people talk about leaving California, like going somewhere maybe
Yeah.
that isn't 110. You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't have 110-degree heat wave, things
With
like
fires.
that, and fires and things. Do you have dreams of that?
I do, but I also am. I think because I lived in Buffalo and because I lived in Temecula, I'm very aware of my people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if I could find a place that felt that way, I would be so down for a whole group to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I feel Los Angeles is the only place I've ever felt that way.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah,
a special kind of
People
purple.
don't
Purple?
talk about how great Los Angeles is for that reason.
Yeah.
There's, it's a good feeling here.
Yeah, there's a why? Because dreamers are here.
I'm not
Everyone
sure
comes
about
out
it. That's
here.
why I barely leave Pasadena. I like
know.
Pasadena,
Pasadena.
very much.
I know it's that
It's my
Pasadena is
kind
a
of
separate
people.
thing. I know.
My kind of.
She's do you? She's a big Christian. Are you still practicing
Oh,
your
you are?
Christianity?
big.
I've never been Christian, a big fan.
Oh, you just went
Of
to a
Christ.
Christian school, but
Yeah.
you didn't consider yourself.
My family's very hippie, left leaning, or not furthest left you can be, and then didn't know that Temecula was a religious area. I think just thought Southern California was Southern California. And then slowly we realized we were not with our people.
Got it.
Yeah,
And
it's
I-
like wineries and born again.
Yeah, mega churches.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I bet you were exposed to some wonderful things while you were there.
Some
So
wonderful
what kind of
people.
activities did your friends get up to?
Well, my friends were all born again Christians.
Great.
Everybody.
Were they?
What kind of things did you do together? I'm sure wholesome games.
You're especially dead-eyed today, Felicity. I wonder what's going on with you.
I didn't sleep well.
Oh, I see. All
so,
right. All right.
you know.
Sorry.
But here we are. Tell me about it.
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying like Christian activities, no. But I was very, very active in high school. I was in every single club, played sports,
Yeah.
.
Are you friends with any of those people today?
Yeah. I
Oh.
mean, not super close, but I'm in contact with some, and
Acquaintances?
some of them have moved away from the church and their
I wonder
political
why you
parties.
went all in. Is it like hate watching, where like you don't like something but you're gonna watch all of it? Was it like that? Like I hate this, I'm gonna do everything.
No, I didn't know I liked my friend. It was like both things were happening at the same time of like, oh, I'm here. I wanted to achieve to get out. So I wanted to be at the top to go to NYU was my goal. And the people it's that really weird thing of there was no bullying. Everybody was very nice. Everybody was very kind. And then they happened to think you were going to hell.
Yes.
So you're kind of in like wow, this is so fun and everyone's happy and like sunshine, surfers. And then it's like, you're a baby killer and
Yeah, you're gonna burn in hell.
you're going to burn in hell. And you're like, okay.
Yep.
Wow. And so, okay, well, if you had a dream of we're great at transitions on this show, by the way. If you have a dream of going to NYU, then I'm guessing at some point you were doing some theater or something.
I did theater through high school and sports. And then
What productions did you do?
Well, I was at a Christian school, so they did really weird things. I
I'm
never
sure I
really
love it.
knew what was happening or where these plays came from.
Did you ever play Mary? Either Magdalene or
And they didn't
the
even
Holy
do
Mother?
that.
No. Okay.
It was
Just
more
weird
like
things.
they found a play that was completely not offensive in any way.
Uh-huh.
It was a lot of like murder mystery, antics type
Oh.
stuff.
Hallmark Channel,
Yes.
Great American Family style.
Yeah.
What about VeggieTales?
sounds great.
Have you heard of VeggieTales?
Oh, yeah. Is that
You
Christian?
have children's. Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, my son got into it for a while, and it's cute. They're talking vegetables, which maybe that's a metaphor for like you're kind of a vegetable and you're blindly following.
Excuse me.
But then, well,
I don't care for that.
You know how I feel.
Yeah,
don't
talking
care for that.
vegetables.
So anyway,
Yeah.
rooted in the
And
words
then
of Christ.
they're trying to get a message in there.
Right.
So you got
Yeah.
the bug. You got the bug in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah.
High school or before high school?
Before, I
Yeah.
always wanted to be an actor, and then I was,
What age do you think you knew that?
I think, pretty young, probably elementary school,
Okay.
where I was like,
Was there one thing that you saw?
Yeah,
where you
TV
thought,
or something. Or
wow, I could do that, or I could do that
no,
better.
I think I just loved movies so much, and I feel like now having kids, I cannot believe what I watched at such a young age. And like I saw The Shining when I was in kindergarten, and it scared me my whole life. I went to bed scared of those twins.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, The Shining's an amazing movie.
Sure.
And so I saw a lot of stuff. And I think that world and those people but I liked interviews. I liked if I had YouTube as a kid to just watch interviews with actors, I think that's all I would have done, because I was so excited to watch like the Rosie O'Donnell show or whatever. And like that world seemed like I wanted to be a part of it.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then so did you go to NYU?
No, I did not. I toured it. I toured.
That's almost the same thing.
I'm a high school dropout.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
When did that happen? You were doing great. You were getting A's and you were doing your shows.
I know.
Tippy tops.
What happened?
I went, I was like, all right, I'm going to NYU. I'm going to do theater. I'm going to give up sports and whatever. That's where my people are again, the people thing. And I went there and I went on a tour and I was turned off. And I was like, this feels like more of the same. And that that was a weekend that I had gone to New York to tour the school. And that Monday I dropped out of school.
Wow.
And
Senior? Were you a
hold on.
senior?
Senior, yeah.
Do you have a high school diploma?
It's up in the air. I had a 4.1 GPA and I was in AP, so I do think I qualified for one.
Yeah.
However, when I dropped out years later, 2 years later, I had a little guilt of like not having one.
Yeah.
And I, in the back of a Teen Vogue magazine, saw an ad for an not even online. It wasn't online then. It was like a I don't know, do it through the mail, correspondence, get your diploma.
Yeah.
And so I did it through the mail, and
I remember those in the back of the Teen
I was like,
Vogue.
get your diploma. And I'm like, I need one of these. And I called Harvard and I said, do you need a diploma if you do 2 years of community college? And they said, no. And I was like, oh, so I can have a shitty ass diploma. And if I ever wanted to go, I could do community college and transfer without a high school degree.
Great.
Or whatever, diploma. So I did that. And they did send me a diploma in the mail, but once I looked it up, it's not accredited. And I think they used a Google image of a hotel as their
As their
high
school?
school. So I don't know what I was doing, but I was
Wow.
filling out packets and sending them in.
What? Yeah.
I feel like
You
if
sent
you
them a
called
check
your
for-
high school.
While at the Groundlings, I was doing that.
So
Getting my diploma.
So this is part of what you did when you dropped out. You were like, I'm going to do comedy.
I went and did the Groundlings.
And what made you want to do feel like comedy was the way?
Yeah, after doing plays, because they weren't all funny, I would imagine, the ones you were doing.
I'm sure they were hilarious.
Well, if they had any Christianity.
I
in
think
them.
I was funny I was like, oh, I'm the funny one in this. But I did think my route was acting, not necessarily comedy. And then when I came to LA and I was doing acting, I had a youth agent because I looked so young. And so
How old were you?
I was 18
Okay.
and I was playing 14-year-olds. And then they were like, you should take an acting class. So and audited all these acting. I think I'm getting less jaded as I get older. Whereas I think coming in, I was more like, what's this? And so the Groundlings and UCB were the only classes I felt like I could actually really enjoy and not be like,
Without
what's
judging.
this person doing? Yeah.
Right.
So it was your higher education.
Yeah.
Just this comedy
I mean,
theaters.
Yeah.
first of all, just to backtrack a little bit, I feel like we could call your high school. I bet they'd give you one. Don't you
Yeah.
think so?
Do you want us to?
Do you want me
reach
to get
out?
on that?
I'd love one.
As
yeah.
a producer, I can get it. I can get it done. You'd be
I'd like that.
surprised.
See if I can get one.
This happens all the time. People show up in honorary roles.
Oh, yeah,
I could
yeah.
see you speaking at the graduation and changing
At their
these
Christian.
people.
I could get one from the Christian. one.
What's the name of the
That's
school?
right.
Remind me the name of it.
I went to the Linfield Christian School in Temecula. Or I
Okay.
could get one from Williamsville North in Buffalo.
Was
Oh my
Buffalo
goodness.
freezing cold, like a
Yeah.
tundra?
I thought
That's
I was
all I've
going
heard
to
of it.
die. It was just
But
like,
when you left school, you were in the Linfield Christian
no,
School.
I was at Williamsville North in Buffalo because we had moved back.
Okay.
So that would be the one.
My God.
Are you gonna call now?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
give
just,
him a
I'm just,
call.
I'm just getting it. I'm just getting it all in my
She'll,
notes
she'll,
here.
she'll take care of it. How do you
get you a
two
diploma.
know each other, by the way?
I've nannied her boys.
Yeah.
How was she?
She was great.
Okay.
Really on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't want you back though.
Well,
Hmm.
'cause
I don't know what happened.
Well, I made them run a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
So she's,
They were
she's a running
sweating.
coach.
I've been a running coach, and sometimes I push kids too hard. I guess.
Oh, okay.
and,
Running.
and Stephanie has some athletic boys.
Well, listen, that's why I pushed them so hard because I said you two can handle it, and then, but you know, they're
How
not.
old are
They're
they?
not
I
marathon
really
runners.
appreciate you
Yeah.
nannying. They're 8.
Wow.
They're both 8 because they are twins.
They're twins. Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was like a guessing game because they are happy.
And do you have any sets of twins? I forget.
No, Irish twins.
Could you name your kids real quick? All 12 of them?
Yes, I
All right.
can.
Let's hear them. Let's hear them.
Caden, Jaden, Jedediah, Clydesdale, Snoopy, Lars, Candy, Mandy, Sandy, Randy,
Two more.
Tycho, and cheese.
Oh, wow.
They started out so Christian and
I
then
have
biblical.
to say,
and then-
yeah, and she's done this before, and I'm going to be honest with you, it changes every time, and
Well,
I don't,
you know
I don't
what?
think you know the names of your kids.
No, you know what? And they don't expect me to. And I don't, frankly, think that's really my responsibility.
To
You know-
remember your children's
No,
names.
I provide them a roof over their head. I provide them ham,
And iPads.
you know, and iPads.
Now this is interesting because do your children get ham?
No,
You're a vegetarian,
vegan.
fully vegan.
fully vegan.
What do you think of that?
Well, I think that sounds disgusting.
Isn't it in the Bible that you're not supposed to eat meat?
I think so.
Oh, well, the one that I have says eat ham every day.
Only.
I just think it's the most delicious
is.
option out there. So,
I mean, you could salt anything, and it's like ham.
but you know what? My children are.
It's just salt. That's what you're enjoying about it.
You know what? That might be right.
You know, my wife's family is from Mississippi, and one of her cousins, up until recently, thought ham was an animal, like a turkey or a chicken and a ham.
And a
I
ham.
think probably several of my children think that
They don't know. They don't know.
Little
They-
hams
they're
walking
not sure.
around.
They don't. They don't think
Well,
they're
it's
having
just
a little
not
piggy.
something we need to talk about.
Sure. Don't let them know what they're eating.
I
Just
do not
shove it
know.
in
They
there.
don't need to know where their food comes from.
Sure.
So what I'm getting so far is that Stephanie is the kind of person who can really excel, like top of the class, but also when it's not working for her and she doesn't like it,
Yeah.
she's out.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Which probably
That's
serves
food.
you as not only an actor but a director. When because you have a thing in you that's like, right?
I think I'm most comfortable as a director.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That feels very natural.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why do you think? Because you're helming the ship?
I don't know. I think I have those, like, I can see the big picture. I feel good at that.
Mhm.
And sometimes when I'm in other positions, I feel a little disoriented.
Yeah.
When someone else is having the big picture and you're just supposed to find your way
Yeah.
like a little sheep.
It's hard for me to just go, I do this job.
Yeah.
Well, I know I'm jumping, and you know how I like things in order, but because you brought up directing, so now I have to. Because I loved Am I Okay? And I don't.
Oh,
and let me tell you
Thank
something.
you.
I don't watch a lot of things because, you know, I don't think anything's more fun than real life.
Oh.
But
Wow.
yeah. But I like.
What an
I really
attitude.
love that. But what confused me is, isn't that kind of not your story, but a little bit like your story?
Very similar.
But you didn't write it.
No.
How did that happen? How did you find this thing? And you must have found it and went, this is me and I want to make it. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I mean, Lauren Pomerantz is the writer of that, and it's her personal story. And there are differences, definitely,
Sure.
from my own story. But she was someone we knew, and she had brought the project to us. And then in reading it, it was like, wow, I really relate to this sort of coming out story later in life. The character is in her 30s. I was in my 20s, but I still felt like it was much later. And had the support of my family, had the support of lived in a liberal area, but that's still going like, wait, is this true of myself? And what that means to sort of change your life in that way.
And were you already having that thought about yourself before you met your partner now?
Never.
Tignataro, by the way.
Yep.
Name drop.
Your Boston accent's coming through.
Well,
Notaro. Tignataro.
I can't help it. That's where I was born. Sometimes it comes out. So were those thoughts already happening or not until you?
Never.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm hyper aware of that because I think it confuses people. In saying that, I can't believe the amount of people who have that same experience.
Wow.
And I think we're used to the story of people knowing it, hiding it, repressing it. And I think it's very possible I could have repressed it, but it never came up in my life. I think it was a perfect storm of being at a Christian school, not going to college, being in situations that didn't sort of pull that out of me naturally.
Lead to any exploration.
Yeah.
But were you dating at all, like during that time prior to?
Yeah, always. But also not like real intimacy.
Yeah.
It was somebody I was like, they're cute, they're fun, they're talented. I was drawn to them and liked them, but ultimately I was always relieved when it was over.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good sign.
It's like you had some sort of
not for you if you're relieved when it's over.
Yeah. That you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Finally. You had some sort of inner wisdom that was steering you to the right path, and I would call that God.
Well, I'm glad that your God.
Yeah.
But listen, I want to ask because
a lot of accents coming out today.
You and your wife Tig are both deeply funny people. And now when you're directing a movie is starring maybe people who are not comedians, how do you direct them to be funny?
Oh, that's a good question. Hey, that's maybe the best question you've ever asked.
Well, thank you.
All right.
I think funny is a range, and I think you can be in different places and be extremely funny, and I think you can be you can be a funny person and not funny in something, and you can be a not funny person and be funny in something. So I think certainly in film, and you can really get performances out of people, and I think I have always worked with really talented people. I've never run into like but I think that's in casting the right people out of the gate.
Sure, that's part of it.
Yeah.
I don't understand comedy. I need to really be in a joke store.
But I also think like if you're watching live performances, like at the Groundlings or something, like it's all right in front of you and the performers know their own beats. So it's like they're in control of that rhythm. And I think in film, I think that funny can be really fucked up really quickly by editing and being on the wrong person. And that's where in directing, I feel strong in that place of knowing where to put the camera.
Yeah, that's you can create a whole performance.
Yeah.
Through the directing and the editing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's again that thing of like growing up and loving actors. I feel like sometimes I watch things and I'm like, why aren't we on her? Why aren't we on her face then?
This
why aren't we
more
staying?
Interesting. Yeah.
In this that's the moment.
I think being an actor, and I don't know if this is true, I guess, because I don't really know. What am I talking about? But I think if you're an actor, then you're going to enjoy performances in a different way than if you're not. Maybe, right? And not try to be so fancy with the camera work, because why are we moving anything? Because everything's happening on that person. I could direct.
Yeah, you could. You have a huge following from many things, but one of them is from the program The L Word.
Yes.
And I mean, how does it feel to be part of a groundbreaking, iconic show where because I have a young relative who really looked up to you and to different members of this show to really represent on a show that this hasn't been like this before.
Yeah.
Unless you count Alice from the Brady Bunch, who ended up marrying
in her 40s.
the butcher and not ever embracing who she really was,
Yeah.
I never picked up on that storyline about Alice.
Well, I'm just saying clearly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She just had the vibe, in your opinion.
In my opinion.
You've seen the show?
Everybody's different.
Oh, it's my favorite show. Of course I have.
But in
That
other
tracks.
words, people used to have to skirt around different issues, and now, hey, we're here. We're
Yeah.
living.
It's cool to be, I mean, even when I myself was falling in love with Tig, I was like, I should check out the L Word. And I hadn't watched it yet. And I do think when you see shows like that where people, like all the cliches of visibility, you're like, oh yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
This makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy to then, I mean, I was on the reboot of that,
Yeah.
but it is like you get that feedback from all over the world of people going, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, something for me.
That's
Is that still going, or is that done?
No, that's done.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Thanks.
but the community behind it lives on.
Thank you so much.
It was really, really big deal.
that. And you just came back from the Emmys, fresh off the Emmys.
Yeah.
Like a Veronica Lake of comedy, I will say. So
What were you
beautiful.
there for Tig's special?
Yes.
You got to direct that
I
as
directed
well.
She directed it
Holy
and was
moly.
nominated.
Don't scream
Yeah.
at me.
Well, I'm excited.
yes.
And those directing skills.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, I don't understand comedy, but I will tell you, Tig's stand-up does something to my body that I don't
You've
even
watched
understand.
somebody do stand. I would have never imagined you'd be somebody.
No,
who
you're
watched
her
any stand-up.
demographic for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know
She's
what
breaking
it
barriers.
is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Well, she talks about you a lot.
Yeah, and I like
And
that.
I'm-
It's very relaxed.
and
And
she-
I think you're the best director for the stuff that she's done.
Oh,
I mean, she's
yes.
great, but there's something
Uh-huh.
different.
That's so
Yeah.
nice.
There's
Yeah.
something
Natural.
natural.
What does this mean?
There's something, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
It's love.
What's
It's
your
love.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
well that's probably true, right? If you are looking at somebody and you want them to be their best, and
Yeah.
and you see them in a way through like a lens of love,
Yeah.
Mhm.
then everybody gets to see it. That
Yeah.
way,
Or
right?
something that feels really, really true.
Yeah.
You're like,
And
yeah,
you
that
know what
is-
that person wants and what they're going for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you get in trouble for at home, attitude wise? Are you ever like sassy? I'm just curious.
Get in trouble.
You ever get in a bad mood?
You know, I will say, I think I'm pretty even keeled.
Okay.
Tig is also that way. We're both calm people.
Okay.
When my back is up against the wall or someone has done something that I find so unjust to my value system,
Mhm.
I can't. I realize where I'm like, I feel like Laura Dern in Big Little Lies.
Mm.
That's what I
Yeah,
feel like.
can't let
I'm-
it go.
And I can't keep my cool. I can't control my I'm just like,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
am
Mhm.
so annoyed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I would say that's where I go like 0 to 100.
Yeah. And that's where that's sometimes where your partner can be the voice of reason and be like, hey,
Yeah.
stop it. You're being crazy.
Do your
Yeah.
boys ever see that side of mommy?
No.
No.
It's more in, I would say that's more in my adult world.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, 'cause
it's justice. It's
people-
that
It's
justice
justice.
part of you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I get that.
It's
yeah.
Yeah.
really, yeah.
My husband says he worries about being in trouble with me a lot.
Yeah, he worries about it.
A lot.
Well, because you've got 2 other guys on the side, and first of
You
all,
could
you're
leave
not
him in a
married. Don't call him your husband. He's your partner.
Yes.
He wants to marry you.
Not into it.
Not into it. And,
Well, he
and-
tried to ring me over by I was wearing this big, huge sapphire ring.
Yeah, he
It
tried to
sounded
marry
like you said he tried to run you over.
you. No,
Well,
we
that
knew her.
would be what it would be like.
Uh-huh.
I'd feel run over.
But that's why he's always worried, because he thinks you're going to choose one of the other 2.
Well, I might.
Yeah.
Better behave.
She's an open marriage.
I see.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Everyone's well. He's not. He used to be fine with it. It sounds like he's not fine with it
He
anymore.
wants to move forward. Anyway.
And are you only with men?
Well,
in the
no,
open?
no, of course not. I mean, the primaries that he's my primary, and then one of the guys in Simi Valley that I'm dating has a beautiful sister,
Mhm.
so and a grandmother who makes tamales.
Mhm.
But what are
you know.
you saying that you're?
Are you sleeping with his grandmother?
Sure, but can we talk about the term "sleeping with"? I've been hearing that coming back a lot lately. It's
I
so
love it.
weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like any of the words for that. Making love is disgusting.
You just like sex? The word sex?
Yes, call it
okay.
what it is.
Okay. All right.
Oh, sleeping together.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway.
I guess anyone can sleep together, and you don't have to
Yeah.
do anything sexual.
Right. So you have your convictions and you get bothered by things, but that probably also gives you like an inner drive when you feel passionate about something.
Yeah. I mean, I think in that it's sort of like I don't know what to do with that energy. It's not really. I would say like if I'm working, Tig and I both are really calm. Like something crazy can happen, and I feel like we are both pretty.
Wow, that's a blessing.
You can problem solve
oddly
it.
calm.
Don't you think sometimes that's like the improv helps with that because you can go like, well, what's the other option? We'll just think of something real quick and we'll do it.
Like yes, and what else is happening? I learned this. Okay,
yes, we learned. We've been learning. We've had a lot of
it.
guests who've done improv. And they teach us yes
right.
And. Yeah,
and I think like improv and just the creative process in general is being comfortable with the unknown, and I feel very comfortable in that space, and I feel very uncomfortable when in the known.
Do you have do you find people in your life, because I sense this about you always, which is like always tickles me deeply, and how comfortable you are in that area, and do you run up against people in your life who are really thrown by your comfort level
in the unknown? Maybe, or I don't think they believe it. I think people for the most part want security, stability, to know things, to sort of, you know, those things are taught, I feel like.
Right.
And I can't stand that feeling, to feel like locked into something.
I feel the same.
That's good for life because, I mean, you never know.
I like it. Show up and we'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me about it ahead of time. I don't want to schedule.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's work it out later.
Okay.
Yeah,
love that.
schedule. I feel like that's,
Yeah, schedules are the worst. I've been given, have you ever been on even a group trip where someone's like, here's what we're going to do.
Yeah,
and we're there
itinerary.
and I say, I'm out.
Yeah.
Go by yourselves. I'm not going to go where I have to have anything, where I have to be at breakfast at a certain time.
Interesting, and yet we've hired you to keep us running.
Well, you two would be wandering the halls if somebody wasn't wrangling you up in here.
No, I think we'd find the most comfortable place to sit.
Yeah.
Well,
So we'd end up
I
here.
guess great for you.
Eventually.
All right. Well, I want to hear about
What's on the horizon?
Yeah, what's on the horizon? You want to direct more?
I'm doing a lot of directing. Things I've written. That's what I want to do next. Yeah.
And what do you like to write? You like to write TV or film? Or
Film.
Westerns.
Yeah, Western sci-fi. What kind of vibe?
No, yeah, I like in the. I think I lean more dramatic with elements of comedy, but I think I could direct a big comedy. I just don't know if I could write it.
Got it. I'll write you one.
Yes, thank you.
When you say big comedy, do you mean like big commercial Cineplex?
Like I recently wrote a pilot that I was told like words like hard-hitting comedy, broad comedy, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to like put all that stuff in. I feel like I have written something that is like fully in that space. And the note is we need bigger, broader. And I truly don't know what that.
Right.
Yeah.
Farts, maybe fart jokes.
I have somebody doing
add some fart jokes in there. That's her favorite humor.
My favorite humor: glasses where the eyeballs come out, trick gum.
Trick gum.
You can never win with notes because they're always opposite, and then they circle back.
Yeah.
From what I've learned.
Yeah. Then they come around and you're like, but I did that.
That's
all
what
And
I
then the
did.
person
Yeah.
that gave the notes doesn't work there anymore.
That's what.
Yeah, that's what's been happening in this business.
But I really like comedy like that. Like I do like really funny things. I just don't like my son's recently just watched Dumb and Dumber. I haven't seen that movie in a million years, and I don't know
holds
what
up.
beyond. I mean, where you see like, oh my God, these are very talented, funny actors that are doing. They seem insane, and you're sitting there just like, well, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
What about Top Secret? Have they watched this?
No, I don't know
That's
what that
the one with
is.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, I
right?
really enjoy this. Yeah, it's a
Oh,
classic.
wait,
You gotta watch it.
When is that? Hold on.
He goes to Germany. I mean,
Is
it's.
he an agent, like a secret?
Yeah,
agent
he's
or
a top
something?
secret
That's so
agent.
insane.
I probably watched it 100 times. as
It's
a
not
child.
funny in the same way as Dumb and Dumber. It's funny because
I
it's
think
so
so. Her
off.
voice
Do the
would
boys
like
have a
it.
funny bone? They must.
My son Max likes to tell jokes, and he has that. And then my son Finn is very a little more earnest.
Yeah.
Sports, facts,
Mm-hmm.
world, but he laughs a lot.
Oh,
Great.
He's the audience.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, everybody
for-
needs an
for
audience.
Max.
Now, out of curiosity, having gotten to know these two just a little bit, because they're really trying to break into the business.
Oh,
Would you put them?
Desperately.
Would you ever put them in one of your movies?
yeah.
You would?
Oh,
What kind of?
I think anyone can be funny.
They're
Anyone can
they're
be
taking
tough.
this as a promise, by the way, because you just said it on.
today's
our
the best
microphone.
day of our lives.
Okay.
What kind of
Yeah.
parts would you give them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And make it small. They're not ready for anything
And just
major.
know I
Something
can play
small.
any ethnicity.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, she's from everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm fine just ordering something in a scene.
Uh-huh.
A coffee or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you
Would you
guys
see
could
that?
both come in and order a coffee.
Okay, but I would do it very colorfully. Hello, may I have a coffee?
Okay, but that she might not want that. Can you do one that's low key?
Then I wouldn't be being my best actor.
Well, but I'm trying to give her options because I'm trying to get you apart. So can we see an option where it's really subtle?
Okay. Hello, can I have a coffee?
Oh, it's nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
less is more.
What about you?
Less is.
Yeah, less is more.
Hello, can I? Hello, can I have a coffee?
Less, please.
It's really hard.
So you took less as don't move your mouth so much. That's how you're taking that note. Keep your mouth closed.
Yeah, and keep your face still.
All right, go ahead.
Hello, can I have a coffee? It's difficult.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Okay.
Hello, can I have a coffee?
I feel like that person is weird.
Your face moved
Ulterior
so
motives.
much.
Ulterior motives.
I think it was just your eyes that went all over the place.
Yeah.
They were like ping pongs.
She was remembering. She was also thinking. Well, that's what I heard is good about acting.
Backstory.
You have a backstory. So she was thinking about something. Well, she asked for her coffee.
I heard also that you have to have a secret in your eyes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hello, can I have a coffee?
Hello, can I have a coffee? My secret was that I had hidden people in my basement.
That's yeah.
My
I feel
secret would be like yeast infection.
I've never heard that
Just
you have
trying
to
to
have
get
a
by.
secret.
That could be a new director. note
Yeah,
we
I
give.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to use that.
I feel like I got the note when I was very early on that less is more, and I went to nothing, and now I've needed to come back.
You've got a nice deadpan delivery, though. I've seen
It's
it.
just
Well, she's got a
Yeah.
classic
but it's
Christmas
nothing.
face.
It's Christmas face going, hi, may I have a coffee? And they're like, yes, can you do that, please?
They're very funny and good. Now we do have something we have to talk about.
We do. All right. So we have our first. I don't even know what to call it, but because they're not paying.
But Stephanie's gonna, I think, be a fan because it's non-toxic.
These are. Do you know about this
Ooh,
brand,
no.
Curie? So I contacted them because this is my favorite deodorant. This is mini travel deodorant.
Oh.
And I contacted them and I said, hey, maybe we're small potatoes now. Well, we're not always going to be. And I'd love to give these to our guests and talk about them on our show. Because it's the
Amazing.
best deodorant ever. And I got you two, and you and Tig can both try them
Oh,
out.
matching deodorants.
Yeah.
Yours and hers.
Yeah, you throw them in your travel bag. Because you get somewhere and you go, I forgot my deodorant.
But are they strong enough for someone like me who is all ethnicities?
Listen, I don't know. I think you've tried it. So you
Well,
tell
they
me.
are. That was a rhetorical question.
Okay, great.
That's the good news.
Well, thank you.
They're the only natural deodorant that's ever worked for me.
All right.
So I love them.
Wow. Free deodorant.
Curie.
Get it. Great. Stephanie,
Yes.
before we go,
Yes.
if you could say anything to a little Stephanie that's out there, whose parents are moving all around, whose dad is building rocket ships, too, but who has a dream, but she's not sure how to get it or what to do, what would you say to her?
I struggle with giving people advice. I would say, you know what I think? I feel like there should be something where people are like, they sit down with a person and they do a whole profile on them of like, what do you want? What do you like? What are you thinking of? What are your actual goals? Because I think you should have a sense of like what you're trying to contribute to the world and know start with that before it's about yourself.
Wow. That's rare.
That's great because I think otherwise everybody else is going, whatever anyone's going to give me, I'll do it.
Yeah.
As,
Gimme,
as
gimme.
opposed to coming in with I know what I want to do
Yeah.
and what I'm interested in doing.
And I think I think when you're focused on yourself and your own success, you're more miserable and you either have it or you don't. And then you have some and then you want more. And that's fine. You're always going to be in that. But I think the sort of like, what do I want? How do I give it place is a better place to start.
I honestly don't think we've ever heard that.
We've never heard that
and
before.
that's very beautiful.
I love
Oh,
that.
that's nice.
I
It
really love
is because we've been a lot like I need it, get me now.
Yeah.
And it's not been working.
Yeah.
No.
We
And you-
needed to hear that today.
And you've maybe never even asked yourself, what would you want to do? Just what would you want to do without, if you had any choice to do anything?
Creams, lotions, oils, and salves.
Okay, that's not a career.
Well, it could be.
And then you're in the space of positivity. It's like, oh, I'm
Right.
contributing this. I'm with these people that are receiving it, and it's circular, and it feels good. And I do think that is good advice, though, of like, I want this thing. I must not be. If I don't have it, I must not be giving it. So I can start with giving it, and then even if I don't get it, I at least feel good that I gave it.
That's huge.
Wow.
Yeah, that's huge.
I don't think that's how many people think. And
No.
what you
Probably
touched
not.
on was like, I want this, and then you always want more. It's never
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
That's what
And
it
it's
seems like.
self-serving, and you're in your
Yes.
own world, and you're competing against others, and you're
Yes.
like, I don't. And it's that's a living hell.
How did you arrive at this realization?
I don't know.
Just
I think
always.
Yeah.
been
I
there.
don't like the I think growing up with sports, I don't and sort of academic environments, I don't like competitive. I'm competitive and I don't like that feeling. And so I feel like in the arts what's so beautiful is that it's community and that it's people oriented and that it's storytelling and it's more of the beauty of life. And so to bring any of that other energy that I would find negative into that space feels corrupt to me.
Wow. I can't imagine.
Okay, little Stephanie.
So that's what I tell little Stephanie.
That's better than anything that anybody ever said on James Lipton's The Actors Studio.
James Lipton.
James Lipton.
You put down James Lipton a lot on this show.
Because he's so full of himself and he never
I bet
gets
you watch
answers
Jane
like
Lipton.
this.
It's true.
Oh my God, I said Jane Lipton.
Jane.
There needs to be a Jane Lipton.
Could be
Sure.
his wife.
Can we please give it up for
Stephanie
Stephanie?
Guys, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
I think you're all so funny.
I
and Sunday,
saw a
and it's-
scene where you were wearing underwear, and I'll just leave it at that, in a dressing room.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
with
right,
Allison
right,
Douglas.
Yes, and it's one of the best scenes.
One of the
ever.
best
It's
ever.
the
So
best.
nice.
It's to this day my
Probably.
favorite.
It's one of the best scenes,
3
and
minutes of my life.
it took Mitch. They put it up for me like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, I love it, but I don't know what to do with it. And then Mitch saw it, and he was like, I know. And then he had his little whatever bits he added, and then it was so good. Multiple Talking Women is produced and hosted by Ariane Price, Lauren Burns, and Lisa Sherga. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on all podcast platforms, and become a member of our Patreon. All right, am I done?